good afternoon to one and all. So why is it always that the seniors are the ones who make the least noise? We had 1 to 4 coming even 5 to 8. They were much more louder than all of you. You are the senior most people over here. So myself, Richard.
And I'm Akshay.
I'm Alvin.
And I'm Raksha. So does any one of you know why we are here today?
We are here to say about one of our school's mission.
Anyone knows what's our school's mission? You have been in the school for a long time and none of you know the school's mission. Anyone? Roshan, give a try.
Our school is looking forward to give us new ideas and values.
Yeah, it's almost correct. Like it's related to our school's mission. Our school's mission is to prepare a generation of forward-looking youth with a sound value system and deep respect for the co-citizens.
Richard, just wait. You just told one. Yeah, sure. Yeah. You just told me our school's mission is to what? Innovative learners, right? But I don't find anything like that over there. Do we? Okay. Is there something which is which you don't know and want to know? Excellent. Yes. Forward-looking youth. Okay. The what's forward-looking youth? We have heard many terms like progressiveness, dynamic, etc., etc. Okay, so when we take a dictionary and check for the meaning of forward-looking, we come to know that favoring innovation and development. That's the meaning of forward-looking. In short, innovative youth.
So now he told us about forward-looking. So forward-looking means innovative youth. Can anyone tell me what innovation means? Just raise your hands, please. Or be a bit more loud. Thinking. Now, come on.
Doing something different.
Different, the ability to create something new to our old problems and to bring up with new ideas for a betterment. So now we're talking about innovation, forward-looking, being an innovative learner. Does this remind you people of something? Have you seen this word innovative learner somewhere before in the school? Yes? Did you see it? Excellent. I guess, hope everyone has noticed that on your bulletin boards.
This is the one which is there in the bulletin board. I guess grade 12 might not have this. It's like 4 months it's not there in that bulletin board. Cut that. Okay? The first point over here is like being active and engaged in learning. Okay, so first example if I give is like when our class gets PE, what do we do? Come on. Okay, engaged in learning. It just means that we all cooperate with each other, do our own works. It's just like that.
The next point is demonstrate love of learning and help each other in the course of our learning. So how many of you love learning? See, the word learning does not apply only to the book learning. It's not only our subject, social science. It can be learning a new sport, a new game. Like that, how many of you love learning new things? It's only studies that you people don't love learning, right? So that's, you should love learning. And for creating love towards learning, you have to ask questions. And then from each question, you have to find out even more questions. That's how you can be an innovative learner. And then how many of you help your friends while learning? And not only, helping each other doesn't mean letting each other copy for exams, showing your answers, not that kind of helping. Helping with the projects. How many of you help with your friends' projects? Okay, so in the process of being an innovative learner, you should help your friends, and it can be anyone else also. So that's to take control of our learning and follow well-established routines. So to take control of our learning means you should know what to learn, when to learn, and how to learn. Suppose you're preparing for an exam, like you have to study a particular portion given by a teacher for the exam. Now, if you learn that portion after the exam, is it useful? How? The exam is over. You didn't write what you... How? No, the given portion for that particular exam. If you study it after the exam, you need to study it for the exam, right? I don't know, but senior boys will study it after the exam. Let them study it after the exam. I would study my portion before the exam so that I can attend the exam in a proper way and I can answer the questions listed in it. Right? Yes. Okay. They don't want to agree with me. It's fine. And follow well-established routine. So everyone has a learning pattern. Like first I'll do this, then I'll do that. We plan in our mind. Like, if we have a test tomorrow, our first priority is to study for the test. Then next is to complete the homework due tomorrow. So, I hope everyone has that routine or plans something about it. Still no? Okay, your loss. Anyway, so if you have a planned routine and you work well with it, then you can achieve your goals and then that's when you become an innovative learner.
I'm back. Okay, next one is progress over time. Okay. Okay, next point is progress over time. When you hear this progress over time, what comes into your mind first? Study more? Really? Do you? Okay, I'll help you. See, it's not the same what you were yesterday when you're comparing to yourself today. If you would have got 50 out of 70 in your last exam and you got 90 out of 90 in this exam, that's your progress. Do you agree with me? Yes. I can't hear it. What's more? Yes. Fine. I'll give you an example. You know, I have always seen Murtaza, while playing, used to be a football defender, Ball comes, Patha, Irani power, But when you see him now, ball comes to him, he controls it, looks for the players, no pass. Do you agree, everyone? Yes. Actually, we are preparing for clusters. That's the best example I can give you. So that's his progress. And not only studies, all this football, all comes under this. Thank you.
The next way that can be an innovative learner is to discover new ways to answer questions. See, does all of you answer the questions in the same way? Yes. So basically that means you're copying. If you all answer in one single way, you all are copying each other's answers. No? See, so I'll give you an example. What is 5 into 2? 7 plus 3? 10 into 1? See, it's all the same. Just different ways to answer a question. So it's like that. You have different ways to answer questions. And sometimes our teachers might say, answer only in this way. What she wants us to answer, that is the only possible answer for her. But no. We should answer in our own way. The points of the answer should be there. But then we can write it and make it in our own way and answer. That's how you answer.
Next one is like ask questions and are keen to develop our understanding. It's just like, do you guys think critically? Do you? next one is like, do you apply this real life applications while doing in sums? You? Don't do. Then, do you have some communication with teachers? That's it. You? No? Okay, next one, next one.
So he talked about asking questions. Do you people want to ask us any questions now? No. Okay, so I hope you people understood everything we explained.
Okay, Raksha, just a second. If you understood everything, I guess we go to test them, right?
Yeah, we'll test you now.
Okay. Really? Okay. Just ask one question.
Okay, now we explain you. I don't know how many points. Can anyone remind me how many points did we explain you? 10. Okay.
Our head girl is too brilliant. Okay.
No. Can one of you actually who knows the answer instead of creating a fuss? No. Okay, this will go on. Actually, none of you are correct. Who said 6? Okay, correct.